Well, hello. Welcome to Quantum AF podcast. Okay, stay with me here. What if your brain has Wi-Fi? I mean, not the kind that connects you to Netflix, the kind that connects you to consciousness itself. That little pine cone shaped gland deep in the center of your brain, the pineal gland. This pineal gland might be more than a melatonin factory. Today, we're going to look at the science, the symbolism, and the stories that make it the most mystical piece of biology in your body. So let's start with the beginning. And that would be, what in the world is the pineal gland? Pineal gland 101. Okay, so where is it? All right. So the pineal gland is a pea-sized endocrine gland in the epithalamus. Forgive me if I mispronounce. I ain't no doctor. Okay. All right. So it's sitting between the two hemispheres. So it's in the middle. You have the right and left, and that's where it's sitting. What is the function of the pineal gland? It secretes melatonin, regulating circadian rhythm and seasonal biological cycles. So that's what it's there for. Now, it has light sensitivity. So pineal cells, pineal, I call it pineal, um, respond indirectly to light through the retina hypothalamus pathway. That's why daylight resets your sleep clock. That's why it's not good to stay on your phone at night, because your pineal gland is going to be, it's daylight. And that's why we can't go to sleep, me included. All right. So this pineal gland, this is the fascinating part. It has microcrystals, and studies show calcite microcrystals that may generate weak piezoelectric currents. Okay. This could influence electromagnetic sensitivity, though data is limited. Personally, I believe that pineal gland is our Wi-Fi because of this, of the crystals. We're going to dive into it, okay? Now, historical reference. Rene Descartes called it the seat of the soul, believing the pineal gland bridges mind and body. All right, this is a really fascinating deep dive. You know, I'm a quantum nerd, so I love this stuff. All right, fan story number one. Marisa, well, thank you for sending us your story, Marisa. We appreciate it. During her first silent meditation retreat, Marisa describes feeling a beam of light in her forehead, like someone switched on a lamp inside. And afterwards, her sleep improved and she felt calmer for weeks. Whew. This is, yeah, I need to tell myself, stop scrolling at night, because my pineal gland is like, girl, we're not going to sleep. Yeah. So, and that happens to me. My sleep is kind of light when I do that, but when I don't doom scroll or scroll in general, then my sleep is good. So, all right. So here's a practical tip for you guys. So before bed, I want you to sit comfortably, breathe slowly, and place your awareness between your brows for 2 minutes. So just close your eyes and feel the right here. What they call the third eye is the pineal gland. It's right here. I can just feel it actually when I touch. When I touch there, it just feels different than when I touch on the other parts of the forehead. So when you do that, when you breathe slowly and place your awareness right here, you're going to notice warmth, tingling, or stillness. Don't chase visuals, okay? Just observe. The visuals will come to you. I've practiced this for a while now, and I wrote a book about it called The Golden Bridge. And it talks about me crossing a golden bridge, which I didn't know, but in other cultures, besides mine, they call it, like, there's a golden bridge or the golden something else, like it has different names. So it is kind of like a portal that you go through towards another dimension, or towards the quantum field, another dimension or frequency in the quantum field. Okay. So let's actually, the Golden Bridge, I want to show you a video that I made about the Golden Bridge. And when I cross the Golden Bridge, I meet people who have passed, and it's amazing. It's like I don't even try to even have any type of visuals. It's almost like life happens from here to the quantum field in a different dimension. So let me show you the video that I have about this book that I wrote called The Golden Bridge, and it's available on the stateofgraceshop.com. If you ever want to read it, it's only $5.99 and it's available on PDF, and you can read it on your laptop, tablet, or cell phone. Here we go. When I got cancer, something woke up in me. I tapped into my self-healing powers. I started visualizing light moving through my body, and things began to shift. Oh, honey, I'm not special. You can do this too. Your body knows how to heal. You just have to listen. My book, The Golden Bridge, shares how I did it and how you can start. Let's heal. All right. So that was The Golden Bridge. And again, you can get it at the stateofgraceshop.com. All right. So let's go to segment number 2. This one I call the Pineal as Wi-Fi router of consciousness. Ooh, this is a good deep dive. All right. So let's go to some spiritual teachings. Okay. And I'm going to mispronounce words. Forgive me, but I'm doing my best. So Ajnachakra, Hinduism, says that the pineal gland is the place for intuition and inner sight. Now, in ancient Egypt, you've seen the eye of Horus, right? And it's just one eye. And it actually looks like the pineal gland. If you look at the eye, that's how the pineal gland looks in your body, right? And it's called the eye of Horus, and it mirrors the brain's cross section containing the pineal. Okay. Modern mystics say that the pineal gland, acts like a transceiver, tuning consciousness to subtler frequencies. And that's what my book, The Golden Bridge, is about. And before I even researched all of this, I just did that automatically. We have electromagnetic energy, and especially like the tips of your fingers. I put it right here on my third eye, or the pineal gland. That's where it rests. And I just breathe slowly. And it's just like I get transported to another frequency in the quantum field. It's fascinating. And I'm not the first one or the last one to do this. I did it intuitively. And then as I researched, I was like, oh, I'm not crazy. Okay. That's a whole different thing. I'm not crazy. We're going to do an episode about that on Quantum AF. All right. So here are some scientific cross links, okay? Because you know that I love to look at that scientific backup, okay? Because I don't want to just be like, woo, 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 this is what happens. I want to be like, why does this happen? And that's why I researched all this and why I do this. I'm doing this episode of Quantum AF about the pineal gland, because when I crossed that golden bridge with just doing this and breathing, I was like, what is this? All right. Scientific crosslinks. Neurochemistry. The pineal synthesizes tryptamine, serotonin, and melatonin. Rick Strassman's DMT hypothesis suggests trace dimethyltryptamine could be produced here, although this is unproven. Okay. So this is also very hard to prove scientifically, but it is provable. There's little pieces of science that you can put together and it makes sense. All right. There's also the brain oscillations. EEG studies show meditation increases coherent alpha gamma rhythms. Melatonin correlates with relaxed, wake states, hinting the pineal participates in that entrainment. So there's pretty scientific right there. Now, electromagnetic studies say that those calcite crystals that the pineal gland has, they might act as micro antennas. Still theoretical, but fascinating. Okay, so here's a fan story. Carlos. Well, thank you, Carlos, for sending your story. I appreciate you very much. You've sent stories before, and thank you for being a part of the State of Grace Fraga, an active part. So, after a car accident, Carlos recalls floating above his body. Many people recall that as, if you research NED episodes, that's just going to be like that. My father actually almost passed away on an operating table, and he said he could see himself on the table. So he went pretty far. So Carlos recalls floating above his body, pulled through a tunnel of light starting right from his forehead. Doctors call it hypoxia-induced vision. Carlos calls it proof of the Wi-Fi in your brain. All right. So here are some practical tips because I'm the practical tip girl and then scientific girl. That's my jam. Okay. Everything I do, I'm going to give you scientific backup and practical tips. So here's the practical tips. I have a few. So reduce chronic stress. Cortisol suppresses melatonin. Remember, that's the pineal gland is in charge of that. So you don't want to have cortisol because cortisol is the stress hormone. The stress hormone doesn't allow for other hormones to flow. So you want the good hormones to flow, right? All right. So get 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight daily. That's not a lot. And don't put sunblock. Just, do it when the sun is not hitting you hard, like in the morning, and just be out for 10 minutes. You get your vitamin D that way too. Avoid excess fluoride and refined sugar, which may increase calcification. Okay, I gotta go light on those cupcakes. No, I'm kidding. I'm hypoglycemic, so I can't have too much refined sugar. Refined sugar, you can have a little bit, but anything in excess, it's not good. So definitely go easy on the sugar and the fluoride. I use myself fluoride-free toothpaste. I don't want to use fluoride. All right. Another practical tip is meditate or pray at the same hour each day to re-entrain rhythms. Yes, rhythm is very important for the body. If you alter that rhythm, then your body is going to stress out. I know that for a fact. I've experienced it, and it is scientific. All right, my loves. So let's go to segment 3 from your favorite quantum nerd. I hope I'm your favorite quantum nerd. I love quantum physics. Oh my God. All right. So segment number 3 is going to be, if I can only put it up here. There you go. Pineal gland and death. Ooh, baby. Okay, this one's juicy. All right. So I'm going to read the names wrong, I'm sure, but this guy, last name is Borjigin et al. And others, right? 2013 recorded surges of high frequency brain waves for 30 seconds after cardiac arrests in rats, evidence that the brain doesn't go instantly dark. Interesting. So the brain is still functioning. Is it because of the pineal gland also? Interesting. Some neuroscientists think the pineal's melatonin and DMT pathways could influence this final light show, they call it. Well, let's go to the spiritual view. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes consciousness exiting through the crown or third eye. Very interesting. People back then, they had it like, they really did quantum physics, like all the spiritual books. And this is for another episode. All the spiritual books, you can correlate to quantum physics. It's really fascinating, and science. Anyway, so the Tibetan Book of the Dead describes consciousness exiting through the crown or third eye. And many traditions say the pineal acts as the antenna that returns the signal to source. Now, source, in my personal opinion, is everything. It's not just a guy that created stuff, it's everything. And source is, to me, is in the quantum field, right? Everything is in the quantum field and everything vibrates at different frequencies. So somehow, um, through the pineal gland, we can access another frequency, another dimension. And that's what personally provided all these experiences that I had at the Golden Bridge, or beyond the Golden Bridge, actually. All right. So, fan story about this, Angela. Thank you, Angela, for submitting your story. So, Angela sat with her grandmother's passing. Her breathing slowed, her forehead softened, and the room brightened for a moment, like a gentle exhale from the universe. That is fascinating. Can you imagine? I would freak out. There's something, I'm telling you, there's something when we transition. The pineal gland just taps into another dimension, and that's how we can cross over. I don't know. Okay, so practical tips, my loves. Practice a meditation or impermanence. So visualize the pineal as a lantern of calm light. With each breath, imagine gratitude radiating outward, and also from the heart, not just the pineal gland. When I meditate, I visualize, just the stirring of my heart, and the mind would be the pineal gland, and just connecting with all that is, and being aware of my electromagnetic energy, which we all have. If you look at our electromagnetic energy, it goes like this, right? And the heart is the center of the electromagnetic energy, which is fascinating. So the heart has intelligence. That's another episode, you guys. We're not going to dive into it. All right, let's keep focused, Grace. Don't ADHD on your listeners right now. All right, so segment number 4. And that would be activation and expanded states. All right, so let's go to scientific insight. Meditation increases gamma, lower than 30 Hz's, activity and synchrony across brain regions associated with unity or mystical experience. This is according to Lutz et al. 2004. Psychedelics such as DMT mimic that pattern. Interesting. They mimic it. They don't wake that area up or do anything to it, but they mimic that. Very interesting. And yes, there is light. When I cross that Golden Bridge, there's like a light. I've seen what they call Akashic Records, which is it looks like an endless library that goes all the way to the sky, like all the way. It's crazy. And they have books, but the books, you open them and it's like a movie. You watch stuff like a movie. It's very interesting. And you don't have access to all of it. It's just whatever the people that are guiding you in that space allow you or want you to see, right? All right. So the spiritual practice on how to activate and expand states. Kundalini breath work, that's very important. Chanting and sound frequencies around 936 Hz's can stimulate the pineal area. I love listening to the solfeggio frequencies that they don't use in regular music. Some classical music has those frequencies, but the highest one is 936. I love 522 and 432. Those are great, but the 936 can stimulate the pineal area. And you're like, how does it do that? Well, we're all vibrating at a certain frequency. Maybe the pineal gland vibrates at that frequency, which is a high frequency. So that's why with a higher frequency in our pineal gland, we can access other dimensions and other frequencies. And That's my 2 cents. All right. I have a lot of opinions, but anyway, my opinions are backed up by science and experience. So that's all I'm going to say. All right. Fan story number 4, Javier. Thank you, Javier, for submitting it. During alternate nostril breathing, he saw swirling colors. Oh my God. It was like the universe opened a window inside my skull. Yes, that's exactly how it feels. And now Javier is studying neuroscience to understand it. Go, Javier. That's amazing. All right. So here's a practical tip for you guys: do a 5 minute of alternate nostril breathing before bed. Yes. Okay. This balances hemispheric activity and can enhance dream vividness. Vividness, excuse me. So I think also, like, when we dream, we're also traveling. Our soul is traveling to other dimensions and frequencies. And I would love to do, actually, I'm going to make myself a note. Like, I think we need to explore dreams on the quantum field. That would be fascinating to do, because I do feel, that's why they feel so real. Somebody said, maybe this reality is what we're dreaming, and the other reality is the real reality. And we access, like, there's different levels of dimensions. Like, some of them are scary. I saw on TikTok, this is fascinating. I've had this recurring dream of these bathrooms that don't have doors and they're nasty. Everybody's having those. Like, it was like a trend on TikTok. I was like, oh my God, it has to be a real place where we all go. It is totally, like, nerve-wracking. Let me tell you, I hate going to that place. But so melatonin, apparently. So, okay, wait. Dreams and intuition. This is the next one. Dreams and intuition. All right. I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, so the science says on the dreams, melatonin influences REM sleep and dream intensity. REM is linked with problem solving and creative integration, the same networks active during intuition. So, how important is the pineal gland? Because it does have a part in the melatonin production, and it activates the intuition. So interesting. So, here's a spiritual interpretation. Okay. So, the dreams are consciousness rehearsing other dimensions, right? Lucid dreaming is logging into the network consciously. So, you can fall asleep and go into other dimensions, not unwillingly, but unconsciously, or you can do it consciously, like I told you. Like, I do it, I touch with the electromagnetic energy, I touch my pineal gland, and that's how I access the golden bridge. All right, here we have a fan story for this segment. Tanya, she has a recurring dream that told her to move to a new city. Months later, she learned the apartment she left had a major gas leak. She saved my life, Tanya laughs. Or maybe my pineal did. Yeah, when you have those intuition, like strong intuition moments, listen to them, because there's something about them. Not when you're afraid, like, when you have fear, sometimes we make decisions that are not the best. They're based on fear. But when you let go of the fear, even for a few minutes, and you allow your intuition to work, you're going to, let me tell you, you're going to get spot on information. All right, practical tip: keep a notebook at arm's reach. Write anything you remember the moment you wake up. Over time, your dream recall strengthens like a muscle. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to take my own advice. I do remember the dreams. Some people don't remember their dreams. I do remember most of my dreams. They're pretty vivid. And sometimes, I don't know if you guys have this, sometimes my dreams, I kind of try to resolve issues with people that I never had closure with. And those are fascinating because in my dreams, I don't even have closure there. So I probably travel to another dimension, another reality, and same thing happens. So hopefully one day I'll, hang out with someone and I'll resolve something. I hope. All right. So segment number 6, my loves, it is called Everyday Pineal Hygiene. All right. So here's a scientific tip. The morning sun, like we said before, resets your melatonin. The blue light blockers, the blue light blockers, you have better night secretion. Now, as far as food, eat foods rich in tryptophan, turmeric, cacao, and oats. It's like melatonin precursors. Precursors? Am I pronouncing it right? All right, bear with me. My native language is Spanish, so I'm gonna, when your native language is Spanish, you will, or any other language that's not English, you will kind of pronounce things that you don't know, though very close to how you would do it in your native language. So I'm just letting you know. That's a sidebar. Anyway, meditation. With meditation, you have increased pineal blood flow, and that is Kaiser et al. 2002. And we have, of course, a fan story. Ethan swapped doom scrolling for 10 minutes of candle meditation. He said, my dreams got cinematic and I wake up peaceful. No more anxiety hangovers. I'm telling you, um, the doom scrolling sometimes provides me with dreams that are not good. It just inspires dreams that are not good. But before bed, if you stop doom scrolling, you will feel more rested when you wake up and you will have less creepy dreams. So, practical tip, my loves, create a third eye ritual. Soft light, slow breathing, gratitude journaling, no screens, no screens. And I'm telling that to me. Think of it as spa night for your soul antenna. Before we go to the next segment, I am going to show you another little video, and it's about a new line of merch that I have at the graceshop.com, and it's called Joy is My Jam. So let me show you, and we are going to see the video. All right. Joy is my jam. I hope you can buy yourself something and remind yourself that we need to keep our joy regardless of the circumstances. After we scream and punch a wall, then we can be happy. All right. By the way, this is one of the t-shirts that I sell on the State of Grace shop, and it's called Grace's Dudes, because a lot of my subscribers are men. And so I was like, Grace's Dudes, you can get it on the stateofgraceshop.com. Get yourself one if you're a dude. Even if you're not a dude, you can be my dudette. All right. So let's go to the next segment, and that would be segment number 7, building. Okay, let me show it. And it's called Building Your Pineal Toolkit. All right, let's dive into it. All right. So here is mostly practical tips. Okay. So, by the way, I'm going to have a guide that's free. After the live, I'm going to put it on the pinned comments. And it's really good and it's free. You can get it at the stateofgraceshop.com. And while you get it for free, shop for something. There's t-shirts, mugs, water bottles, books, funny cards. I mean, there's so much there. I have hundreds of products for real. All right. So here are some tools for building your pineal gland. The 4-7-8 breathing for calm. Okay. Daily sun exposure. Just go out 10 minutes, get it. Meditation on forehead center. I do this, but you don't need to. You can just like focus on that part of your forehead and it will access the pineal gland. Nutrient support, magnesium, iodine, and chlorophyll. Great. Sound healing, 432, which is my personal favorite, or 936. Do some dream journaling, like we said, and reduce fluoride and heavy metals and also sugar. All right, fan story. After committing to nightly breath work and Sam says my intuition went from whisper to megaphone. Wow. It's like the universe sends me push notifications. Yeah, once you start tapping into that frequency, you won't need to just meditate. You will get like intuitive thoughts, intuitive feelings, because intuition is more of a feeling than a thought. The thoughts are in the quantum field and they can be intrusive sometimes. So you just get that feeling, right? And it's like, oh, this person is gonna call, boom. Oh, this is gonna happen, boom. Like for me, it's instant. Whenever I'm feeling something, boom, or I look at something and I think something, it happens. I'm telling you, you have to be careful, because be careful what you wish for. But I highly recommend exercising and taking care of your pineal gland. So, practical tip: write your own pineal plan. One breathwork habit, one nutritional shift, one spiritual ritual, small daily actions can create a massive frequency shift. All right, my loves, let's go to some closing thoughts for this episode of Quantum AF. The pineal isn't magic dust. It's biology with mystery. Whether it's transmitting consciousness or simply interpreting it, this tiny gland reminds us we're both hardware and signal. Maybe death isn't Wi Fi shutting down. Maybe it's reconnecting to the biggest network of all, Source. All right, babes. So share your own third eye moments in the comments. Like, subscribe for more Quantum AF Science Meets Spirit deep dives. And grab your free Third Eye Awakening journal at thestateofgraceshop.com. I'll put the link right after the live in the pinned comments so you can get it. And before I leave, I wanted to show you a video of a book that I wrote called Healing from Within. And it was before I wrote The Golden Bridge. So this is how I healed myself. And it is because of the pineal gland. It all starts here, baby. You can connect with frequencies and dimensions that you never even dreamed of. Yeah, I know. We're not crazy. It's real. And spiritual gurus have been saying it for years. And religion, some religion is like an organized thing, but the spiritual books, I call them, not the religion itself. Oh my God, you can't believe all of this quantum stuff. It's all reflected in those books. Even the Bible, I'm not kidding. And the Bible, I have mixed feelings about it because it's kind of crazy sometimes. Oh, we have some more people joining. Well, I hope you can watch the replay of this, my loves. This is about the pineal gland. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'm going to put the free guide link in the comments on how to activate your pineal gland. It's all practical, easy stuff to do. And I'm going to show you the video on the Healing from Within book. And I will see you on the next Quantum AF. And if you have any suggestions of topics that you want me to discuss with you, let me know in the comments. I love you. Thank you for being here. And I will see you very soon. Tonight, tune in, by the way, of Love Gone Funny here on this channel. And we are going to have a panel of comics discuss the life of comics. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, loves. Have an amazing rest of your day. I love you and stay amazing, Grace Nation. Are you ready to unlock your body's incredible power to heal itself? Discover the transformative journey in Healing from Within. In this powerful guide, I share my personal healing stories and the science behind the mind-body connection. With simple techniques like focusing on emotions, Healing from Within will guide you to tap into your own healing potential. This is your time to transform inside and out. Whether you're healing physically, emotionally, or mentally, Healing from Within will give you the tools you need to sustain a healing practice and embrace your journey. Healing from Within, available now at www.thestateofgraceshop.com. Visit www.thestateofgrace shop and start your healing journey today.